Hello everyone and welcome back. Well, maybe you can't tell. I have finally finished moving. And the reason you might not be able to tell, might be thinking, Katie, this looks like your old apartment. It's because in a way it is. I was forced to move a few floors up. So it's the exact same unit, but a few floors up because my old apartment was selected for renovation. So I got kicked out and put here, which is $250 more a month. But we don't need to talk about that. But I thought I would ease my way back into filming and do a reading vlog over the next few days. It's Friday, June 10th, and I've got a fun day and weekend planned. So I thought I could catch you up on what I've been reading, and also you can follow along on what I'm reading right now. But I don't know if it's obvious, but I'm headed to the gym. I've never gone to the gym over my lunch break. It's noon because technically I normally always just work through lunch, but it's a Friday. I don't have any meetings right now, so I think I'm gonna scamper out for an hour and come back. But while I'm at the gym, I'm gonna be listening to Wolf and White Van. And if the name of that author looks familiar, it's because he wrote Devil House, which is a newer release that was pretty popular, but I have not read that yet. And this is about a young man, I believe he's in his 20s, he has a facial deformity, and he lives at home creating these, it's not a board game, but it's where you're sort of solving this fantasy sci-fi game through the mail, and one person who's playing that game dies. But on top of it being different than going just to the gym, I'm going to the climbing gym. I've only been, 5-6 times before. Normally I go with my boyfriend, but I'm just popping over randomly for lunch. I am not good, and I wanna emphasize that. I find it really fun. Please let me know if you also climb or boulder down below, because I don't have any friends who do, and so I have no one to really ask questions and chat about it with except for my boyfriend. I'm definitely at the V1 stage right now. It is now the end of the day and I'm about to go pick up my brother from the airport. He flew in, he's surprising my parents. It's their 35th wedding anniversary. He's gonna go see them tomorrow. I know that this next part is not related to books, but I know a lot of you also love Sailor Moon, so I wanted to track this as well. But Vans came out with a Sailor Moon collab today. I just found out about it and I called a store and I think they have a pair left in my size. So after I pick them up and after we get, some food, that's what we're doing. I am back. Obviously, it's now Monday, just finished work, and I just finished because I was listening to Wolf and White Van while I was working, so I wanted to review Wolf and White Van and Universal Harvester, which is another book he's written that I read recently. I will say that because I knew him originally from hearing about Devil House, I for some reason assumed that all of his novels were horror novels, and as I'm reviewing these two books, you'll realize I was incorrect. But I already mentioned the plot of Wolf and White Van, which I just finished about 10 minutes ago, but I really loved this, and I will say from reading this and Universal Harvester, which I'll talk about in a second, his books are not for someone who really wants a plot-focused book, but I adore his writing style. There's not a lot of clarity in either of his books, both in terms of a sense of time. The chronological order is not necessarily there. You don't know necessarily what characters' decisions are behind really huge choices that they make. But this is the first time in a really long time where I've read an author and thought, I need to read everything that they put out. I will now talk about Universal Harvester, which was the first book I read, a couple weeks ago by him. This one is a little bit more on the horror side. And this is about a young man living in Iowa working at kind of an off-brand version of Blockbuster. His mom has passed away. He's feeling a little bit aimless in life, and customers start to come in and say that there is something strange on the videotapes. And from hearing that, you might picture that it's gonna go down a really intense horror, Rings direction, and that's really not the case. I would really even say that there may be just 3-4 instances of really eerie, creepy imagery, and a lot of it, just I'm saying up front, is never even explained. But again, I enjoy his writing style so much, and I find myself constantly thinking about passages and phrases that he says throughout these books. But I do have other books I'm reading right now, which I will review throughout the week, but I have to head out because I'm going to be late to Orange Theory. I am back and feeling really gross, so I'm about to shower and get ready for bed and read. And when I go to bed is when I read the most. So I'll talk about what I'm reading in a minute. But first I want to talk about something that my friend made. Her name is also, coincidentally, Katie. And to be clear, she did not ask me to include this in a video. She just gave it to me because we're friends and I want to support her, and I really genuinely love it, and I think you guys will too. She, a while back, started her own plastic-free personal care products company. I'll insert some images of what the shampoo bar looked like when I first opened it a while ago so you can see the pretty packaging, but I've used it about 4 or 5 times now and really, really love it. For reference, I have very dry, fine hair, and I feel like it cleans it, but also gives a lot of volume. And at least for me, when I picture a plastic-free personal care product company with shampoo bars and, you know, all these other products, I would have assumed when she first told me about her company, it was gonna be really expensive. But if you look at the website, which I'll have linked below, it's all super affordable. It's less than what I normally spend on my hair care or body care. And then I'm actually the one who harassed her, and I said, I want to include you in the video so they see your face. So I made her send this clip, which I will show now.
My name is Katie too, and I am the founder of Parrotfish, and I can assure you, unlike the books you read, there is nothing spooky about Parrotfish's products. They're all plastic-free, palm oil-free, zero waste, all natural ingredients. Our soaps are essential oils. You will not have nightmares tonight, unless the book you're reading gives it to you. Thank you again, and enjoy.
But again, if you want to support a small business with a really great mission, I will have it linked down below. I just get the impression a lot of you would really, really enjoy these products as well. Now it's about 11 o'clock, getting all cozy in bed. We've got Tuxedo Mask watching over. But right now I'm a little over a quarter of the way through Between Two Kingdoms. I don't read a lot of nonfiction, but I'm really, really enjoying it. It's hugely popular, as I'm sure a lot of you have already read it. A quarter of the way through this, I'm only a little bit of the way into Sundial by Catriona Ward, who is the author who also wrote The Last House on Needless Street. And a lot of my friends are obsessed with A Court of Thorns and Roses. As you can tell, I haven't started it yet, but let me know, would I enjoy it? Because all of my friends are obsessed. I know it's incredibly, incredibly popular. It's just not typically what I would pick up and read. It is Tuesday after work, and I'm assuming by my shirt, you can guess what time it is. Chris is coming over in a little bit. We're gonna catch up on Barry and the Boys, the newest seasons. If you're not watching either, they're incredible. But I've never made pizza in a cast iron skillet in the oven, so we're gonna give that a go. We're making it the most lazy way possible with pre-made dough and sauce because it's a work night and I don't have time to be letting dough rise, but we'll see how it goes. I know I just mentioned that I tend to read before I fall asleep, but I've been trying to sit, and this is the one comfy chair in my whole apartment, and read a little bit in the morning just to do something for me before I start working. I normally would not be this ready for work, but we're meeting up in person about an hour away. I don't know if your companies do this, but it's Employee Appreciation Day, or it was last week. So we're meeting up in a park, bringing lawn chairs and eating ice cream or something, I don't know. But I have been reading A Court of Thorns and Roses because, again, some of my friends are so obsessed with this series, and I can see why. If somehow you have not heard of this series, it's a fairy type series that's new adult about a young woman who kills a wolf to help feed for her family. And it turns out that wolf was a fairy, so she is given the choice of either we can kill you or you can come live in the land of the Fae. I'm not that far into it, but it feels very nostalgic in the sense that I used to be obsessed with the Tithe series, and there was another one that I'm forgetting what it was called, but they were really dark and eerie, and they were young adult books I read when I was little. This series so far does not seem as dark. For those of you who read those and this, please let me know what you thought about comparing the two. But when I was younger, I loved darker fairy type books, so it's feeling very nostalgic. It's very fast-paced, a very, very easy read. And it's the perfect book when I'm trying to kind of wake myself up in the morning to just fly through for a little bit. Also, if I can figure out some way to balance, let me show you what this is sitting on. This is the chair I'm on. And if I can find some way to balance something on this so that I can film my regular sit down videos from this direction, isn't this background nice? And I am so comfortable. Normally I'm sitting on the rock hard floor, so I'm gonna try and figure it out so I can film all my videos from here. But I'm gonna close out my video from here. I've not filmed in a while, so if there's a type of video you'd like me to film next, please let me know. And again, if you want to support my friend Katie, I will have Parrotfish linked down below. Hope you guys have been doing well and staying safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.